Good morning. I'm continuing my book, Skybird Rhymes Are Learning Times. We start today with the orange and Baltimore Oriole. It's called the Baltimore Oriole, and it's an orange bird. So that was the title of the rhyme poem. There's a bird that is yellow, orange, and black, with a silver beak and striped wing back, that I have been looking at for years in my yard and all around. I hear it make a high-pitched sound. It's not easy to see one. It's of the blackbird kind. Although it hardly looks like a blackbird, it's not easy for me to find. Unless you know how to get it to come and visit your place, a hummingbird feeder or an orange will send them to your space. I am not that far away from where they are supposed to be in the world, but yet it would be a dream to see his wings open or unfurled. It has a sweet high song and lives in forest or high trees. The male sings until he finds his mate, you see. These omnivores make a nest and feed its young. Then you will hear more of its song sung. For some time, I have been trying to get a Baltimore Oriole, but my husband refuses to put an orange out there for some reason. So, I haven't seen one yet, but I'll keep working at it. The next rhyme poem is the Cranky Canada Goose, and there he is. He's a little cranky to me. The Canadian goose is seen in North American lakes, where it mates, nests, and raises the baby goslings they make. They tend to pick a suitable lake with lots of grass nearby. They raise 5 to 6 babies to teach how to live and fly. They have black heads and gray feathers and white cheeks, are herbivores, and spend 12 hours eating with their beaks. They are free and wild and busy like us, raising children too. They can come quite aggressive if you are where they want to be. So don't go up and expect them to come up to you easily. Will even bite or peck things or people in their way. They might feel threatened for food or a place to stay. Most migrate south looking for warm weather and fall, fly in a V-shaped formation which helps them all. They know there is more safety in numbers or a group. The worst thing about geese is they produce so much poop. So that's the Cranky Canadian Goose, and you're not supposed to go up to a goose by yourself because they can come after you. And so can other animals. You have to be very careful about what animals you approach. The next rhyme poem is the common grackle crowd. Now, grackle is a different kind of bird that I just learned about when I wrote the poem. The common grackle are blackbirds, but more than that, they group together and look black until you look up close at. They have dark bodies and brownish, elongated body shape. They have squared off tails and head the color of a purple grape. There are other combinations of dark colors in them too. These are birds that group together and fly in open areas and can annoy you. They are omnivores and forage in southern U.S. to western warm weather. These birds join with other blackbirds and flock together. They have yellow eyes, which makes them easy to identify. So look in the open area or up to see this common bird in the sky. Apparently this is a very common bird, but I never knew about it. So that's the poem about the grackle. The next poem is the patronizing parrot. And we've all seen a parrot. A noisy bird who is verbal and can also sing sometimes is kept as a pet, who was kept also by kings. This colorful bird can make a wonderful long-term pet. It lives over 30 years as a pet who doesn't forget. It comes from New Zealand and can also be free. It moves a lot by hopping from tree to tree. They eat berries, leaves, and carrion from animals that are gone, are lively, inquisitive, and like to fly and carry on. An unusual bird that spends some time on the ground. He's green with distinctive colors and sound. This curious bird lives in colder weather outside, is capable of killing goats or small animals to keep itself alive. I guess that's in the wild kind of thing. That's a parrot, and we've all seen parrot in either a zoo or on TV or a gift shop or in a book. A good place to research these birds is on the internet. You can learn tons of things, which is what I want people to do. The next rhyme poem is The Catchy Canary. And there's the catchy canary. Canary's yellow. At least most of them. The canary is a small bird that sings a catchy song. A canary can be wild or kept as a pet to sing along. A canary is very sensitive to the air it breathes to survive. If the air inside or outside is toxic, the bird can't stay alive. A canary is more of a herbivore, especially one in a cage. A canary song is known to sing without a wage. The canary is most often known to be yellow or green, a bird in the mines in the past to test air safety, as it was seen. They're one of the most common birds you can deploy. A pet bird in your house will bring musical joy. They love to take baths, so they need a place to splash. They will make you laugh as they splash around in a bath. So there's pretty canary. And it's nice to own a bird and take care of it as a pet, and love it and care for it and be responsible for keeping it alive. Now, the next poem is a pink Gala cockatoo. This is a bird from an Australian friend, and she took the picture. So she showed me this bird, and I was fascinated by it. So it's a Gala. Ever see a pink cockatoo standing with crown unfurled? It's more often seen in different parts of the world. Sometimes you can see them in an aviary, along with other birds, even a plain yellow canary. It's called a Gala when it has a pink-colored breast. I have only seen them with a different colored chest. The Gala is native to Australia, where they are seen every day. They are some birds that are seen flying free and flying away. It has a pleasant chirp and can be taught as a pet. It has the ability to repeat things and can be trained to not forget. So that's the pink cockatoo Gala bird. The next rhyme poem is a red-breasted grosbeak. And you see that red breast on that bird. And these are different kinds of birds that you can learn about and see flying around. I saw a bird today in a picture that I don't think I have ever seen. It's black and white and has a red crest on it in between. When its eggs are laid, both parents sit on the nest. This is one of the things about these birds that I like best. It sings into the evening hours and sometimes all night. Not enough to keep you away, but sings until it's light. It's an omnivore that eats lots of insects, fruits, and seeds. It's after food to feed or feather its nest needs. It's a migratory bird, which means it flies away for winter, looking for a better place to find food, to stay, or enter. This bird likes to be in a cooler place to find a perch. This is a bird that likes the forest with also elm trees and trees that are birch. And that's the red-headed grosbeak. The next rhyme poem we have is The Throat of the Wood Thrush. That's a little difficult for me to say. One bird sings high songs like the notes of a flute. It sings in the forest and sounds like a happy lute. It also has pink legs and white circles around its eyes. They are protected birds. Now, that's a surprise. So look at the bird with the brown spotted chest. There it is. To hear it at dusk and dawn singing at its best. Sometimes they will sing back and forth to each other. I wonder if they're talking to a friend or a brother. The thrushes have a throat different from yours and mine. It has a special something called a syrinx to allow it to sing in time. While you and I have one larynx, they have a two-chambered voice box. So it can sing in harmony in the dense forest copse. And that just means like in a bush. So the sweet tones are a gift that not all birds can deliver. They allow us to listen while we hear their throat quiver. The next rhyme poem, and the last one for today, is The Solace of the Swallow. And solace means, that it makes you feel better when you're not feeling particularly good or sad. It provides you comfort. A flock of birds that you see winging in the air. Swallows can be in a barn along with chicks or mares. The swallows feather their nest with other birds' feathers. This bird does well in a place protected from weather. A box can be built for the barn swallow, or it finds a nest. It finds a home that it can live in best. A barn swallow is common, and you can see it on a local farm. It flies over it, and it has a special kind of charm. They are omnivores and eat whatever is around. In the sky, in a flock, is where a lot of them are found. Their feathers lie beyond the wingtips. It is seen. See how their feathers stick out like that. At the end of their tail, where wings usually have been. So they're built like a little different, so they can fly a little differently. And you could learn about this on the internet or in books, or, any kind of zoo. We'll be happy to help you.